It has been 291 days since I started investing in SCHD, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through how that investment has been performing for me. Guys, if you've watched any of my previous content, then you know that these are some of my most favorite videos that I create for you guys. Not only do you get to see me build out my portfolio right here on this channel, a lot of you have jumped in and started building out your own portfolios. I love getting the comments from you guys letting me know that you're either just starting to invest or you've been investing for a couple years with me now and your portfolios are all over the place. Some people have $2,000. I've had a few people tell me that they've got over $10,000 or $20,000 in their portfolio and they just started maybe 2 years ago. And that's why I like making these types of videos, because we have built a community here where people invest and chill and also hold each other accountable, can bounce ideas off of each other, and ultimately help each other grow from a financial perspective. Now, when I say 291 days, I'm not talking about 291 calendar days. I'm talking about 291 stock trading days. So days whenever the stock market is open, so it excludes holidays and weekends. So I started investing in this position on November 1st of 2024, and I've been investing $10 on every single trading day since that time. And now that we're at the top of 2026, we can look back and we can see that there was so much activity in 2025 that moved the entire market. There were things that happened at the beginning of 2025. We also were in discussions about whether or not we were going to see interest rate reductions. That impacted the market. And every step along the way, we continued to invest every single day. We ignored the outside noise and we stayed focused. And that's what Invest and Chill is all about. We focus on the goal. We put a plan in place and we follow it regardless of the outside factors that are going on that we cannot control. Before jumping in and checking out my portfolio, I just want to remind you guys that I started a brand new $5 a day investment challenge where I'm investing $5 every single day. The index fund that I selected for this is Vanguard's VTI. Yesterday was the very first day of that challenge where I started investing $5 every single day. And I'll be giving you guys an update on that along the way. I'm going to wait 6 to 8 weeks or so to actually put an update together for you guys on that one. I want to give that investment a little bit of time to do its thing before I show you the results that it's made up until that point. All right, but let's go ahead. Let's jump in. Let's take a look at how this investment has been performing for me. So at the very top left there, you can see that I have an open P&L of $52.25. So I'm up $52.25 or 1.75% since I started investing in SCHD back in November of 2024. Not a lot. I've got a lot of comments from people that think SCHD is dead and they're moving on to other investments, which is completely fine. I've mentioned before that I'm in this for the dividend play, the dividend payout. That is the number one reason that I'm investing in this position. I'm investing in VGT because I'm looking for growth. That's not what I'm looking for in this investment in SCHD. Now on the day, we are up $33.91 or 1.13%. And that is the majority of my open P&L. It came from today. And if you look right below that, I have a total market value of $3,043.39. I have a total cost of $2,991.13. I have an average price that I was able to purchase this investment at $27.27. I have a total of 109 shares of SCHD. On the last update, I was happy that I had crossed 100 shares and now I'm at 109 and we're just going to keep going with this. And this position makes up 35.73% of the now 4 index funds that I have in this portfolio. And the last price that I was able to purchase this investment at was $27.75. All right, so now we're going to flip over. We're going to take a look just at SCHD and take a look at some of the numbers here. So on the day, we opened at $27.50. And we have a 52-week high of $27.83. So we're still trading in that band. This position has been trading sideways for some time now, but again, that's okay. This is our SCHD play. We have a 52-week low of $23.18. And we closed on the day at $27.73. Now, if you take a look in the last column here, where it says 1 year return, cumulative return of 4.45%. So you're not getting the best returns in SCHD right now. And there were a few people, and I'm going to try to find the comment. If I can find the comment that someone left on this, I'll pin that to the video. But they were essentially saying, hey, if you're in SCHD for 10, 15 years, you're not worried about what the returns look like right now, because it's just going to continue to compound every single time that you get your dividend and you have it reinvested back in your position. And then of course, there's going to be some slight price appreciation along the way. So if I can find that comment, I'll make sure to flash that on the screen, because I couldn't agree more with that. That's exactly the way that I'm looking at that. And that's my mindset. All right. So right now we're taking a look at a 1 year candlestick chart for SCHD. And as you can see, it's a pretty steep candlestick chart. We did have a stock split on this back in 2024. That's one of the reasons that I jumped into this, because it made the price much more attractive at that point. But as you can see, the price for this has continued to go up every single year. Now, we did have a couple of red years in there, and we've had some lean years in there as well. But the overall trajectory of this investment, it still looks good to me from my perspective, especially when we understand why we're investing in this position to begin with. There are people that may have been investing in SCHD before, or they've never invested in SCHD and they have their eye on something else. That's completely fine. My thing is just find an investment that works for you and get in the market. Don't sit on the sidelines, be in the market. All right, let's talk about dividends now. On the last SCHD update video that I posted a little over a month ago, I had not received the latest dividend payout as of that video. But since that time, I have received it. On December 16th of 2025, I received a dividend payout of $28.61. That is the second milestone that I hit in this investment. The very first one was accumulating 100 shares, which we were able to do. And the second one was to get a dividend payout that was large enough to actually buy a full share of SCHD. So when you're in the dividend reinvestment program for an investment, instead of getting the money in your account that is paid out in the dividend, it is just reinvested back into the position. And we just had enough money to get a little over 1 share of SCHD back on December 16th. Now, my next milestone that I have for this is to be able to get 2 shares, then 5 shares, and so on. So as we continue to invest in this position and hold for the long term, every single time that we get a dividend payout, which happens 4 times every single year, we're going to continue to increase our quantity of shares every single time by just allowing our dividends to be reinvested back into our position. All right, so that's my investment in SCHD. I'm up just about 2% on the money that I've invested into this position, but that's not taking into account the money that I've received in dividends since investing in this position 291 days ago. What are your thoughts on SCHD in general? I mean, I like the fact that I did just receive a dividend payout that was enough to get 1 full share of the investment. And my expectation is that my next dividend payout will be high enough to get 2 full shares. To me, that's worth the investment, but I definitely want to hear from you guys. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.